What's going on, Steeler Nation? I'm here with another video, and this is the preview of the Ravens and Steelers. And I'll be honest, I'm not exactly excited. Well, I am excited, but at the same time, I have a pretty good idea about what's coming. Uh, this is going to be a pretty long video, and I'm going to start out with talking about my personal perspective over the past 4 games. Yeah, over the past 4 or 5 games. That, yeah, 4 games. My bad, guys. I'm. It's a day for me, but I'm gonna point this out. Yeah, I'm gonna get into a lot of stuff. So during the season, we all know what the controversy was going to be. It was going to be who was going to be QB1. Ultimately, it started out with Justin Fields because Russ got hurt and he missed better half of the season due to an injury. But, you know, and I'm going to point this, scratch that. I'm going to give you my honest thoughts about this team. I really do believe this team is different. And I know this team is built to win a playoff game. Okay. They're built to win a playoff game. Are they going to under this staff or any just how it's been run the past couple games? No. No, I'm very optimistic about all that. It's going to be one of those things where you need to look, just a wait and see. Just a wait and see thing is what I'm getting from it. And that's what it is. Um, and I get, yeah, I'm excited. It's the first time we've seen the Ravens in the playoffs in 10 years. 10 years. Um, it it worries me because I know that it just feels like a typical Steelers fashion playoff game where we're going to go in and we're going to lose. And I don't know what that defense was on, what got into that defense last week when we faced the Bengals, but we're going to more than likely need more of that going into this game. The defensive front will have to step up because our cornerbacks, our defensive backs, just secondary and stuff like that, it is not it. We need the front seven. We need Patrick Queen at linebacker and all that or Patrick Queen and Elandon Roberts to step up. Even or not, it would be Patrick Queen and Peyton Wilson now, wouldn't it? Yeah. We need them to step up because this is going to be one of those games where where they need to bring the thump. We know that they're going to give the ball to Derrick Henry. It's no surprise they're going to do that. But keep Henry. You got to try somehow, some way to keep Henry out of this game. Pressure Lamar, put all the weight in the world on his shoulders because we know he does not perform well when it comes to playoffs, or he doesn't have the best of resume. So yeah, his performance in playoff hasn't been good. What I will point out is this, yeah, while we're on the topic of Lamar Jackson, What a season he's had. What, 4,000 yards? 41 touchdowns? 42? Something around there? I mean, what a freaking year he has had. And I mean that fully. What a absolute year he has had. And no, he's just going to continue racking up them MVPs year after year. But yeah, keep him guessing. You got to keep Lamar Jackson on his heels, because coming in this game, and it still pisses me off to this day, TJ Watt does not have a playoff win. That's got to change. I do know that there was some reporting. I'm not sure if this is true or not, but I believe that it is accurate. Mike Tomlin, and we're getting into the offensive coaching staff. We know Arthur Smith is not that good of a coordinator. He's a better version of Matt Canada. He just has eye form and some pistol stuff in there. Some pistol plays and all that. We cannot go into this game and do that. But I'm also going to point out that he has been handcuffed in this system on guys like Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin is a control freak. He wants to have the reins of both playbooks, and you can see it, toss, pass, toss, run, pass. It's all there. I don't know about y'all, but last time I checked, we're not living in the 70s, and we're most certainly not living in the 90s of where we're running the ball constantly down other teams' throats. So you got to be able to execute with the passing attack so you can open up lanes for the running game, because that's the biggest issue really with what's been going on. Not only that, but the offensive line's been horrible. But in other terms, you did see where this offensive line was and how good they were protecting. Now, in this game coming up, we will have been outscored. And this is a fact. I believe we've been outscored in the first quarter 56-0. That's just in playoff success. And yeah, it's bad. It has been bad. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It has been bad, and I'm going to get to this real quick. Mike Tomlin, please unhandcuff Arthur Smith. Let him run his plays. If he wants to get a long pass going to a guy like Calvin Austin, get it to him. Let him have it. Because we need to play a complementary football, be able to compete. We don't do that anymore. We don't even compete with the elite teams. We're just fine with beating the bad teams and then losing to the elite teams half the time. And sadly, that's what this organization has come to be. And not only that, but as a fan base, it's sad. because we were, much like myself, was saying, I hope we face the Texans because that will give us a better chance to win. Because that's how low the standard is now. I can't. I can't, dude. I don't want to live in that space. And please, for the love of God, open up the passing attack so there can be running lanes on the offensive side. And don't run a toss play. This is in playoffs. There is no room for mistakes. Oops, I did this. I didn't mean to do that. Oh, I'll get better in the next play. No, you've got to be on your A game in this wild card. Because let's say for instance, we do, just hypothetically, because any given Sunday, I'll continue to say that. But again, I'm not getting my hopes up at all. Constant fucking. It's just constant shit, dude. Like, oh, hey, we go in here, we'll do a toss play. No, that's not going to work. It hasn't worked. Get rid of it. It doesn't help. Once in a blue moon, it fucking works. But honestly, how many teams actually run the toss play more than once? I don't know. But I see them go with the power run, with the run up the middle, more because because guess what? It's a fast game now for running backs and receivers. My biggest thing here is, can we execute? Can we get the first downs? Or are we going to be complacent, or not complacent, but are we going to be conservative and continue to just half-ass it? Because that's what we do. We half-ass it on offense. And I'll just say this, Dan Moore, you suck. You fucking suck. He better not be re-signed. He fucking better not be re-signed. Because if he is, I'm going to question whether a GM like Omar Khan even knows what he's doing anymore. Even though we've known him as the con artist because of how he's done trades and stuff, well, and you can't blame the playing of how these guys are playing on him. You know, he's the GM. He'll bring in the guys that he needs or that he feels like is going to get us somewhere. Granted, you can blame him on a couple of the, drafts that we've had because honestly, some point it doesn't look like it works out. But I'm not going to label Broderick Jones. I know he's in his second year. I know Broderick Jones is in his second year, just to put that out there. Roman Wilson, the rookie, I'm not ready to label him a bust because we really haven't been able to see him because of an injury on, lo and behold, a jet sweep that injured him and cost him a full season. I still believe in Corey Trice. I think that, he can still be a lockdown guy in coverage. Not zone or anything like that, like man coverage and stuff. Because I'm sick. That's another thing. I'm sick of zone. I'm sick of it. Stop running it, Tomlin. Yes, I say Tomlin because he does have control of that playbook too. In fact, coming from Coach Keith Butler, former defensive coordinator for us, Tomlin had the keys to the playbook and he was in control of it. I believe he said 98, 99% of the time. So that's a problem. That means he's a control freak. That's the definition of insanity right there. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. The definition of insanity right there. And it doesn't stop. It really doesn't. We're about to go into a playoff game, which we haven't moved past the wild card since 2016. And our last time we advanced further than that was, I believe, 2017. Afterwards, nothing. Can't even get out of the wild card game, and it's about to be 6 times in 8 years that we've lost in the wild card. And as much as I don't want to say that, it's true. It's proof is in the pudding. But and another thing. Would I like to move on from Tomlin? Yes. Why? Because it's stale. What he tries to do with this team is stale. Yes, for those out there that say, "Oh, he's got this team full of third and fourth string cornerback." Oh, excuse me. Oh, wide receivers. And still made the playoffs. Okay. So what if he's got an undefeated record? What if he did that? That still doesn't prove it in playoffs because he's 8-10. He's about to be 8-11. I'll remind you if in slash win, because again, I hate that this is a curse, but any given Sunday, but I'm picking the Ravens to win. While I do believe that we have the talent to win playoffs, I just want to see a playoff win, a playoff push. Not saying you have to win the fucking Super Bowl right now because you're not, but at least show something, which I highly doubt is going to happen. I'm living in the reality of this is we don't care anymore as an organization about winning Super Bowls. Us as an organization, we don't care about the Steelers as an organization. Sorry if I hit the mic. That they don't care about winning the Super Bowl anymore. And it's evident. It's so clear as day that they do not give a fuck anymore. Winning seasons above 500, a loss in the playoffs, yeah, we're good. How do you think that way? How does somebody think that way? Jeez. It's the same stupid ass story with this team. This staff, this whole organization. It's the same stuff, man. And I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of always coming on here every year. They get my hopes up and then they take it away just as fast as they gave it to me. Ew. But I look at it like this. I'm numb to it at this point. I'm numb to what is more than likely about to happen on freaking, what is it, Saturday? Saturday. Yep, Saturday. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't be surprised because we're going into enemy territory, which they have beaten us once this season in. Again, I don't see us winning it at all. Now, people will say, oh, well, that's negative. I'm tired of the negative Nancy's out there about this team. What's negative? Is it negative if what I'm saying is true? That the offense can't stop a nosebleed? That Russell Wilson doesn't know whether he wants to take on a defender or go out of bounds to save time on the or to save time? Um, is it is it wrong that Mike Tomlin has sucked at time management as a coach? Again, I'm not putting all the blame on Tomlin. Scratch that if you think that's what I'm doing. I'm not. But what's to say if we did move on from him that it wouldn't be that it wouldn't work out for both parties, for both sides, for the Steelers and Mike Tomlin? Again, a lot of people aren't seeing the reality of it all. Yes, I get it. You don't want to have a losing season. I get it. But sometimes you got to make a leap of faith and believe when nobody else will. But that's been okay. You gotta believe when nobody else will. In order to be back to where you were, you gotta be able to move on from something that's old and get with the new. Will success happen overnight for the new coach? No, it won't. Okay, it never does. Look at Dan Campbell, how it took him what, maybe 2 seasons, I believe, before they, and then they started getting built up. That's what, we need. We need a leader, somebody who will take command and drive the bus, or, yeah, drive the bus, and will sit there and tell you, hey, I'm going to accept nothing but your best every week. Each time you go out, you're going to be going out there giving it everything you got. You're going to be playing fast, playing strong, or playing fast, playing physical, getting to the quarterback, stopping the run. You know, that's sort of the boat that you want to see be balanced, but we're not. And yeah, so in all fairness, you look at both sides. It could be better. I do believe we should move on from Terrell Austin, but again, I know the next person that would be up would be handcuffed by Tomlin. That's my point of view. We gotta go into this game, play strong, be ready to fight, be more aggressive on offense and on defense. So, yeah. What else can I talk about? The whack, the just whack of grit and grind with this team, man, just ain't there, and I don't see it anymore. You don't see it. I just don't see it anymore, man. It's the same old thing. Hang on, real quick. But yeah, the lack of success is bad in playoffs. Hope I'm wrong that we lose this game. I hope I'm wrong. But again, it ain't all there. Um another thing. Russell Wilson. He's been bad the past few games. Again, the line sucked too. The whole offense is stung. And God bless Pat Fryermuth. He had one of his best games of the season. He's had a really good season. I'm just going to point that out. He's had a really good season. And another one I want to point out is Cam Hayward at 34 years old. Still being as physical and dominant as ever. He just in this game ended up breaking his own tip pass record, I think, on deflections. He did have 9 or 10, but he's just been doing great. I mean, been getting to the quarterback and stuff, doing whatever he can to disrupt. He's been there. He's been doing it. Can't sit here and say he's the only one. You had TJ, who, to me, if he wins Defensive Player of the Year, do I say he deserves it? No, but it will be a sort of a makeup for him. So yeah, who else? Oh, Beanie Bishop. He's done a good job this season. He has been surprising. He's now got 5 interceptions this season. That's absolutely wonderful for him. So yeah, it's there's some players that you can give credit to, and congratulations to Zach Frazier on winning or for the team Rookie of the Year for the Steelers. He was voted Rookie of the Year by the Steelers. Um, Alex Highsmith, I believe he's got an award for being being the most cooperative with the media. And who's surprised that the one who got MVP for this team was T.J. Watt? That's just expected, but congratulations to him as well for being the team's MVP. I believe like 11, 12 sacks this season. In his 30s and still going strong. He's one that's going to be severely missed when he ends up hanging up the cleats, and that's going to be emotional for me. Keanu Benton, he's had a pretty decent season. Not to mention his interception that he had. yeah, I think in my personal feeling with the younger guys that when the old guys end up or which they would be considered now the old guys, um, Hayward, Watt, and them, when they end up hanging it up, I think this team has a really good future ahead of it. But depends who we got at the HC position, the head coach, because I still don't think it'll be with Tomlin. Yeah, a lot of young studs. Peyton Wilson having a great year in his rookie year. Even got the starting job his rookie year. That's been a while since I could say that. And it be, honestly, well worth it. He, one thing I can say about Peyton Wilson, man, he is a workhorse, a dog. He is going to give you everything on game day, no matter the circumstances. Especially, you look at his takeaway he had versus the Ravens. And just how he attacks the opposing team when he sees it in sight, he's going to do it. Patrick Queen has, had a little bumpy start to the year, but has really, really stepped up. And he is the leading tackler on this team, if that tells you anything. So, yeah, an up and down season, but there is some things you can take away from it. Players who have done their best and did their thing when we needed them. Especially on that blitz. My God. When we were facing the Bengals, that huge ass blitz. The ball came out. Of course, as of late, we weren't able to get to the football on fumbles like we normally are used to. And that's another thing that has to be cleaned up. Once you force the fumble, you need to find every which way to get to that football. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You've got to be able to fall on it. Because that is crucial going into this game. If you can force a fumble, or any fumble at all, make sure you can get to it. Or somebody can get to it on the defensive side. That's what made us scary in the years past. We forced the quarterbacks to piss their pants and cause a fumble, recover it, and get it back for the offense. That's going to be a big key in this game, is pressuring Lamar, have him think more than his first option, make him look second, third options, and got to come out and play, well, the Steelers way. The original Steelers way, not this new ha-ha bullshit that they got going on now. But, yeah, it's been a bumpy year. You had your goods, your highs, and your lows. It hasn't been pretty, but it's whatever. I'm used to it. That's why I said I'm going to ride this until I'm going to ride this winning until there's no more. Till it's not happening. And again, that's what I try to do. I try to enjoy it while I can because knowing this franchise, it does not stay consistent when it comes to their win loss record. But yeah, it's it's going to be very interesting in this game. Will the Steelers come to play, or will they choke? We'll see, because the that man T.J. Watt, he needs a playoff win. He needs a playoff win in his career. He needs a Super Bowl in his career. But the problem is, I don't think it's going to happen under Tomlin. I just don't. I don't see it. I'm sorry. He doesn't. He's not a very consistent coach when it comes to being down in games this year. You know, he's thrown in the white towel, and has punted numerous times. And yeah, well, let me rely on my defense. At the time, wasn't doing shit, but we'll need them to do a whole lot in this game, and I can feel it. I can see it now. Van Noy's going to beat Dan Moore. Broderick Jones, he's been there, so he has that experience. They both have. But Dan Moore just gives me no hopes on the left side. You've drafted Broderick Jones, and this will never cease to amaze me. You drafted Broderick Jones because he's going to be, hopefully the future left tackle. But you got him at right and keep Dan Moore at left. Big key here was, if they would have gotten depth at the right tackle position, they wouldn't be in this situation. If they would have gotten depth at the position, they wouldn't be in this predicament. But it's a hole that they made themselves, and is one of the flaws that Omar Khan has done so far. In fact, if I remember, let's see. No, not damn. Dan. Okay. Okay, I'm going to point this out to y'all. Dan Moore this season, where's it at? Fucking ESPN. Okay, let's see here. Where the hell is his stats? Oh my god. Leave it to ESPN to be the most retarded ass company. Pro Football Reference. I guess I'll go here. Okay, so on. Damn it. Are y'all... What? Okay. Football preference fucking sucks, dude. These fucking morons. Oh wait, that's football career. Dan Moore. What the f... Sorry guys, it's taking so long. Machine. Dude, I don't fucking get it. I don't get it. I want to see his stats, and these dumbasses don't even show the fucking stats. Yeah, that sounds like ESPN. There we go. He is the... His overall grade is 67th. That's 47th. He has 5 penalties. He has allowed 12 sacks. That's 100... Run blocking snaps played. That is... Wow. That's bad. He's 100... Total pressure, 41 pressures. 3 hits allowed. 12 sacks, 5 penalties. Wow. That's fucking horrible. That is horrible. He's 19th in pass blocking snaps. '78th with 5 penalties. 41st with sacks allowed. Don't know how accurate this is, okay. Total pressures, 41. QB hits 3, I already said that. With 1,000 snaps. What do they see in him? Like, run blocking, maybe. You know, this is how much snaps he's played when it comes to that. But still. And that's great, my friend. But yeah, season stats, nah. But yeah, that's pretty bad. Run blocking grade. His run blocking grade is 61.7. That's 67th. His pass blocking is 66th. His overall grade is 67th. That's 47th in the league. That is fucking horrible, dude. That's so damn depressing. But again, that's kind of what you expect out of Dan Moore nowadays. That's all he's been since he's been drafted. He's been nothing but a disappointment. I know we don't have a good O-line coach, but shit, we got guys like freaking Zach Frazier, a rookie, playing just absolutely awesome. Besides his miscues on snaps that he had earlier in the season, he's been great. He's cleaned that up immediately. And you have Mason McCormick. I mean, young studs on the offensive line. And if you put Broderick at left, see what he can do. I'm not ready to label him a bust until I see him full-time at left tackle. And then when Troy Fautanu comes back, put him back at right, or put Troy Fautanu back at right just to clear that air. You'll obviously more likely, I can see Isaac Seumalo returning. He'll be back at left guard, and then you put Mason McCormick at right guard when James Daniels walks. But do not forget, we need depth. We most certainly need depth at the right tackle position. We have nothing there. I wouldn't mind a little more depth at left tackle as well. You just cannot be lazy in free agency going next offseason. You can't. And I already have a guy who I want us to get. He's actually allowed, according to 2 sources, 8 sacks. He's had more than that this season. And maybe it is just 8 sacks, but I'm pretty sure it's 12. He's allowed 12 sacks from Pro Football Focus again. I much more believe Pro Football Focus than I am just some random 2 sources. But but it goes to show that he is not a left tackle in the NFL. I don't see anybody getting him because he's just been terrible throughout his career. And if he does, he may as well be probably. He might be end up being practice squad, guys, even if you think about it. He may be practice squad for other teams. If he wasn't with the Steelers, who's he going to start for? I don't know, maybe the Raiders, but they have nobody on that line. I mean, they would essentially still have nobody. But yeah, it's all about how this team will go about things. And if we're able to sit there and create the separation on offense with the receivers, that gives you a chance to open up the running game. And then when the running game starts working, you disguise it again and then put in the passing game. No, I don't want to see a fucking screenplay happen in this game at all. Just run the playbook, open it up, and let these guys do their thing. And step up when it's meaningful. When you need to step up the most at the crucial moments, you've got to. That is your job. Not just the players, but the coaching staff. Please, step up. Step the fuck up and let's go in and win this game. Again, like I said, I don't expect to win. I don't expect a win right now. But if they do, that's great. I have the slightest bit of hope, just the slightest bit, that much left, that we can win. But that's not much. That's not much at all. You got to be able to execute. You got to be able to fix the little things. You got to be able to be a complete team in the playoffs, whether that's injuries or not. You've got to be able to control your own destiny. And that's another reason why we haven't had so much success. Again, we got a half-assed offensive line coach with the brain of a potato when it comes to his job. And a head coach who has an owner who has rocks for brains. But yeah, man, it's going to be, it's going to have to be step up, show out, and fucking win this game, or else they're going to, like I said, either show up, show out, or they're going to have their tails tucked between their legs and walking out that door, that freaking stadium, in that tunnel, exiting, which is what most fans expect. And if you do, I agree with you. I 100% agree with you why you would expect this team to lose this game, because they haven't given you anything the past couple weeks or the past last games to give you any reason to believe that they can win one. And that's where I'm at. For those out there that say we're being negative, I mean, it's not negative if it's true. I hope we win. I really do. But I'm not going to get my hopes up. My hopes are very down, and they're at the minimum of where if you expect disappointment, you can't really be disappointed. That's where I'm at right now. So, whether win or lose, I will still watch this team. I will still root for this team no matter what. ups and downs. I'm a ride or die Steeler fan, and that will not change. It will never change. I will stick with them till the day I'm off this earth. So yeah, clean up these mistakes, man, and get back to what you were doing at the first half of this or in the middle of the season when you had Russ just cooking and protecting him. Do everything you can to protect him and let him cook, which he's been overcooked at this point. In fact, he's a microwaved steak. So he needs to step up, not just the players, not just the offensive line. He's got to step up the receivers. Defense will have to come in with the same energy that they did last week. We need to get this win. Remember, we are only 2 days away now from our first rematch against the Ravens in the playoffs in 10 years. I'm looking forward to that. I won't be watching it. I'll be watching a live stream. So yeah, I'll be watching play-by-play of other YouTubers, and I'm sure some of you who comment on here have heard of them, or if you haven't, check them out. Steel Twins. I will be watching that, and yeah, if you haven't, just please check them out. So, yeah, again, just come into play, man. Just be gritty. Keep grit and grind. That's what we need to do. We need to put our fucking foot in the damn ground and just hit these guys where it hurts. And it would be so satisfying to beat the Ravens in Baltimore. But we'll see what happens. I'm optimistic about it. I hope y'all enjoyed. Hoping that a lot of changes come in the offseason. I would love to see Tomlin gone. Again, don't know who we would replace him with, but I would like Ben Johnson. Maybe maybe Brian Flores. Aaron Glenn. But yeah, there's options out there, man. Trust me. And I'd love to see him coach this team, especially Aaron Glenn. Yeah, again, I'll see you guys in the next one. I had a really good time. I know a lot of this I've been mumbling and stuff. Keep in mind, I'm autistic. It's going to happen. I just need to get myself into a space to where I can make content like this. And that will eventually be coming very soon. But yeah, see you guys in the next one. Wow, we just hit an hour-long video. Or nearly an hour-long video. But see you guys in the next one. I hope you all have a blessed day. Steeler Nation, keep on pushing. Keep on just expecting the expected. And also expect the unexpected, because any given Sunday, but it's, if I'm not mistaken, it's on a Saturday, so any given Saturday at this point, this week. But see y'all later. Like, comment, subscribe. Share this with your friends and anybody around. I will be putting out way more this year. This year is going to be a big year for me for this channel. I'm looking to push more content out. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a blessed day and peace.